This is the Dollemore Daily, and I'm Jesse Dollemore.
So the day has arrived. Donald Trump's second impeachment trial begins tomorrow. Donald Trump's second impeachment trial begins tomorrow. And public opinion is on the rise in support of what would be his removal from office, even though now that he's gone, though, it'll be his prohibition from running for federal office ever again, if convicted, which is unlikely, because we need 17 Republicans, and Republicans aren't long on integrity. There is one Republican who's not some wilting violet relative to conservatism. This guy is an anti-gay bigot. He is someone who has sued Democrats time and time again. He was an advisor to Ted Cruz. His name is Charles Cooper. He wrote an op-ed in the Wall Street Journal, the conservative Wall Street Journal, arguing that Rand Paul's argument that it is unconstitutional to impeach and remove a president or impeach a president and stand trial in the Senate who has already left office. He argues that that argument is ridiculous, that it can be done. I'm going to read a little bit from this New York Times article about it. The New York Times article, breaking with the GOP, top conservative lawyer, says Trump can stand trial. Charles J. Cooper, a stalwart of the conservative legal establishment, says that Republicans were wrong to assert that it is unconstitutional for a former president to be tried for impeachable offenses. That's a hell of a headline. That's just the title of this article. One of Washington's leading conservative constitutional lawyers publicly broke on Sunday with the main Republican argument against convicting former President Donald J. Trump in his impeachment trial, asserting that an ex-president can indeed be tried for high crimes and misdemeanors. In an opinion piece posted on Wall Street Journal's website, the lawyer, Charles J. Cooper, who is closely allied with top Republicans in Congress, dismissed as illogical the claim that it is unconstitutional to hold an impeachment trial for a former president. The piece came 2 days before the Senate was set to start the proceeding in which Mr. Trump is charged with incitement of insurrection in connection with the deadly assault on the Capitol by his supporters on January 6th. And here's where we get into his argument rebuffing his Republican colleagues. That it is absolutely constitutional. It makes no sense that it wouldn't be allowed just based on what the procedure is. The provision, he writes, cuts against their interpretation, he wrote. He argued that because the Constitution allows the Senate to bar officials convicted of impeachable offenses from holding public office again in the future, quote, it defies logic to suggest that the Senate is prohibited from trying and convicting former office holders. Because there is a provision to prohibit running for federal office, holding federal office again, it defies logic that you wouldn't be able to impeach and convict someone who has left office. Not to mention the fact, and I've already covered this in a previous video, that we have already impeached people who have resigned and are no longer in office, no longer hold their position. Not only have we impeached them, the Senate has debated it and gone through with the trial. Belknap. Google Belknap impeachment. Further, as I talked about at the top of the video, public opinion is warming to the idea of no longer allowing Donald Trump to run for office because of many, many things, I'm sure. It is a compounding effect of the trauma that is left behind in the wake of Donald Trump's first and only, hopefully, administration. An ABC Ipsos poll tells us that 56% of Americans now are in support of conviction and prohibition from running for office ever again. A new ABC Ipsos poll, this is from CNN, millions who likely voted for Trump want him barred from future office. A new ABC Ipsos poll released Sunday shows that 56% of Americans are in favor of the Senate convicting Trump and barring him from holding federal office in the future. Just 43% are opposed to such an action. This is merely the latest poll to find a clear plurality for such a measure, even after Trump left office. A Monmouth University poll taken at the end of January indicated that 57% wanted him barred from holding federal office and 52% wanted him convicted by the Senate. That is, to put it mildly, a stunning percentage. At no point last year in the polling between Trump and now President Joe Biden did Biden ever earn anywhere close to 56% in the national average. This means there are likely millions of Americans who voted for Trump last year who now want him barred from holding federal office. So it's not just, well, look, as a matter of full disclosure, this doesn't mean Republicans. This means that 20% in the middle, that portion of Americans who are always the undecided voters, who ultimately decided to vote for to inexplicably vote for Donald Trump, that they have now decided they're on board with the impeachment and conviction of Donald Trump. Likely because they witnessed the historical, infamous event at the Capitol on January 6th, where the insurrectionist mob tried to overthrow a free and fair, democratically conducted election. The problem lies in the fact that we have a Herculean hurdle to overcome. We need 17 Republican senators to come on board to protect the Republic, to be loyal to their oath to the Constitution. Unlikely. It is unlikely that we will see 17. We may see 6. I would be shocked if we saw 10. But this is where we are. I will be covering it day by day. Maybe pop up and do a live stream during. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I don't know. A little later today, I'm going to talk about an interview Liz Cheney did with Fox News and break down some of her nonsense. It is a beautiful thing that two things can be true at the same time. She can be correct about Donald Trump and impeaching him. She can also be way wrong about where the Republican Party is and what it stands for in its current form. Anyway, I'd love to know what you think. Give me a call. Leave me a voicemail, 714-576-4054. Of course, email me daily@dollemore.com. You can even email me a voice memo at that email address. I would also appreciate you considering supporting my work here on YouTube for as little as $2 a month. You can help support my independent analysis and commentary on the headlines, on the news, on politics. Every little bit goes a long way. If I was able to marshal the size of my growing audience, thank you, everybody who subscribes. If I was able to take advantage of the size of my audience and get 1 or 2% to support the work and become a channel member, things would greatly change relative to the size of the operation and no longer be in a one-man band, as it were. Anyway, follow me on social media. I'd love to connect with you there. I'll see you next time, which should be in just a few hours, to talk about Liz Cheney. I love you guys. I appreciate you. Be genuine. Take care of one another.